From WVTM 13 News, coverage of the races impacting Alabama and all of America. This is Commitment 2024, Election Day.
The final push.
Think of it. This is it. This is the last one that we're going to have to do.
Donald Trump and Kamala Harris making their closing arguments.
It is my pledge to you that if you give me a chance to fight on your behalf as president, there is nothing in the world that will stand in my way.
The vice president holding a party on the Rocky Steps in Philly.
The former president closes things out with a raucous crowd in Michigan.
We can fix every single problem our country faces and lead America, indeed the world, to new heights of glory.
And we have you covered on this election day for everything from traffic and breaking news to how things are going at the polls with Emma Owen this morning. But first, we want to check in with Stephanie Walker for a look at the forecast as you head out the door.
So it's pretty cloudy and even damp in some spots this morning. This is a look over downtown Birmingham, and we've got overcast skies, but visibility is good down at street level this morning. Here's a look at WVTM 13 Live Doppler, and you can see we're getting a little push of some moisture coming into some of our southern counties. We've had a few showers develop over there in parts of Tuscaloosa and now southern Walker counties too, with maybe a couple of decent little downpours. But again, most of what we're seeing that's kind of hitting the ground here close to Cottondale is fairly light to moderate, and then a few lighter showers into parts of Shelby County too. So don't be surprised if you do run into a little bit of rain as we head through the day today. Again, the showers will be spotty off and on, temperatures in the 70s and breezy conditions too. Scott?
All right, thank you, Steph. Commitment 2024, we are just 1 hour from polls opening across our state. And several races are on the ballot, but the one everyone around the world is watching, the race for the White House.
And Vice President Kamala Harris versus former President Donald Trump. Tonight, both of them are hoping to reach the magic number of 270 electoral college votes. Now, former President Trump is expected to be at Mar-a-Lago and is hosting a watch party at a convention center in West Palm Beach, Florida.
And Monday, he started the day in North Carolina before heading to Pennsylvania for 2 separate rallies, then ending the night in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Thousands supporting Trump stood outside in the rain awaiting his final speech. The former president projecting confidence on the trail.
Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? Because over the past 4 years, Americans have suffered one catastrophic failure, betrayal, and humiliation after another. Kamala has delivered soaring prices and true economic anguish at home, war and chaos abroad, and a nation-destroying invasion on our southern border.
Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris will watch the results come in Washington, D.C. She plans to celebrate election night at Howard University, which is her alma mater.
Harris also making her closing arguments on her final day of campaigning. She spent all day in Pennsylvania, where 19 electoral votes offer the largest prize among the states expected to determine the outcome. Harris vowing to be a president for all Americans.
America is ready for a fresh start. Ready for a new way forward where we see our fellow American not as an enemy, but as a neighbor. And we are ready for a president who knows that the true measure of a leader is not based on who you beat down, but based on who you lift up.
But this morning, the only message that matters comes from the voting booths.
There's no early voting here in Alabama, but millions around the country have already cast their vote ahead of Election Day. 78 million Americans voted early, either in person or by mail. That's not as many as 4 years ago during the pandemic, but it is more than in 2012 and 2016.
Still, a major concern around the nation is the security at the polls. We've already seen some early voting drop boxes set on fire across the country. This one that you're seeing here in Washington State exploding after someone dropped something in it. Now security will be increased across the nation. This is a look inside the FBI command post in Washington, D.C. They will be monitoring all election-related threats. As for the Philadelphia district attorney, he did not mince words for anyone wanting to disrupt this election.
But I also want to be clear, anybody who thinks it's time to play militia, F around and find out. Anybody who thinks it's time to insult, to deride, to mistreat, to threaten people, F around and find out. We do have the cuffs, we do have the jail cells.
A clear message there. Now, security is also in place ahead of the 2 watch parties tonight. U.S. Secret Service and Homeland Security are working together to keep everyone safe at the election night watch parties in West Palm Beach and Howard University in Washington, D.C.
And people are starting to arrive to vote down in Shelby County. We're taking a live look this morning at the polling site. I don't think that's our shot just yet. There we go. There's our live shot. That is at the Pelham Civic Center. And this morning we're also taking a look at expected voter turnout.
Yeah, WVTM 13's Emma Owen joining us live from Huffman Baptist Church, where voters are already lining up there too, just about an hour before the polls open. So Emma, how many people are expected to cast a ballot?
Well, Scott and Carla, here in Jefferson County, there are more than 501,000 registered voters, and the county is expecting a 65% voter turnout. Now, I do want to break these numbers down for you across our state. There are more than 3.8 million registered voters here in Alabama. And according to the Alabama Secretary of State's office, the participation level has dropped each presidential election since 2008. That year, the turnout was 73.8%. In 2012, it was 73.2%, 2016, 66.8%, and in 2020, 63%. Here in Jefferson County, Barry Stevenson, chairman of the Jefferson County Board of Registrars, says they spent all last week getting the poll workers ready for today.
We're using a record number of poll workers this year, over 1,800 poll workers all throughout the county on November 5th.
Now, I do want to show you what it looks like here outside Huffman Baptist Church. You can see there are so many people already lined up. Again, the polls will open in a little less than an hour, and you can see it is a packed house here already. A lot of people lined up ready to cast their ballot here this morning. Live in Jefferson County, Emma Owen, WVTM 13.
All right. All right, thanks, Emma. 6:05 right now. A big race here in our state is getting some national attention. That is Alabama District 2.
Yeah, a court ruling redrew that district, creating an open seat. So that seat will now be filled by either Democrat Shamari Figgers or Republican Caroline Dobson. Now, this is a look at the newly created district here. It now includes downtown Montgomery and downtown Mobile. This means the voting population would be at least 50% African American. And here's the challenge for Dobson. Looking back at the votes from this area in 2020, Joe Biden won that area of Alabama by 12 points. For Dobson, she says it's about rebuilding the district.
We have a huge brain drain problem in the district. We have incredible natural resources. We have wonderful people, and yet so many of our young people are leaving and never coming back. And I wanted to do everything I could to help create more opportunities in the area.
Shamari Figgers says his goal for the new district is to not just create jobs, but better paying jobs.
When you look at wages here in the state of Alabama, we are paid the 4th or 5th lowest wages of any state in the United States of America. So we have to look at creating environments where workers want to be here.
And tonight we will have team coverage from both campaign watch parties. Live coverage starts at 4 o'clock right here on WVTM 13. And we're also closely watching the race in District 7.
Congresswoman Terry Sewell has held that seat since 2011. Now, District 7 includes downtown Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. It also extends into the Alabama Black Belt. Today, Representative Sewell is being challenged by Robin Lydecker. Lydecker worked in the Alabama public education system for 32 years.
There's also a challenge for District 6 today. That includes parts of Jefferson and Shelby counties. It also extends all the way down into Autauga County. Now, that district is currently held by Congressman Gary Palmer. He's facing a challenge from Democratic newcomer Elizabeth Anderson. And down in South Alabama, District 1 is also being challenged today. Republican Barry Moore is the incumbent. He's running against Democrat Tom Holmes.
And this is why all of these races matter nationally. That's where you can see the balance of power in the House. Now, going into today's election, the Republicans control the House with 220 seats. The Democrats have 212. And now take a close at just how close the balance of power is in the U.S. Senate. The Democrats currently have a 1-seat lead there. None of the Alabama Senate seats are in play right now, but there are several close races nationally. Now in West Virginia, Joe Manchin is not running for re-election. Glenn Elliott and Jim Justice are trying to replace him. And in Arizona, Kyrsten Sinema is also not running for re-election. The race there tonight is between Ruben Gallegos and Kari Lake. And in Texas, Ted Cruz facing a hard-fought challenge from Colin Allred. We want you to scan this QR code right there on your screen that has everything you need to know. And that will take you to our voter online guide, which will help you check your voter registration status, find your polling location, and much more. You'll also be able to hear some of our conversations with candidates from across the state.